Hi, this is Sherry Veronica. I'm reading this and I am beside myself. This is slave DNA going on right here. Bathland residents waiting 50 years for service. They should not have waited even a week. They should not even have waited 1 week. To wait 50 years for something to happen. Check your DNA. Check the slave in you. No one waits around 50 years for something to happen. They should have seceded. You in Bathland should have seceded. You should have pulled away from the major government, not paid taxes, and take care of your problems until the major government for Barbados decides that they're going to include you in their bus service. Until then, no one in Bathland should be paying taxes. And if you're saying that walking has your knees all messed up and your back is all bent, well, how are you walking? You could have used, push come to shove, it's obvious you sat in the situation. And if you're sitting in a situation thinking that you have no rights, you have no recourse, won't you make it something that is beneficial to you, like a form of exercise? And you could have had neighborhood watches. You could have had people watch it, because you're talking about walking to the main road to get the bus, because the bus does not come to you. And you're saying it's dark and, people could be attacked and all that kind of stuff. This is the country now. This is St. John. So if that's the problem, if that's an issue, you could have erected surveillance on houses. You get together. This is something that you needed to get together on, and put surveillances on different houses in different areas, even if there's none where you're walking. Buy a pole. Go to the hardware store and buy a pole and do whatever you need to do. It could be powered by the thing. You get the one that works off of solar, okay? Because you may not be able to run electricity, so get the ones that run off of solar. It is doable, and you could have had surveillance, and you could have had people watching certain hours of the day, certain hours of the night, to make sure that people got to where they're going. It could have been really good for your legs to be strong. It could have been a good thing for your whole body to be strong, because you're walking, I don't know how long, was it a mile? That is not long. That is not far. But be that as it may, you do not have a bus route in your area. And as such, since you're saying that you've been waiting 50 years and the community is now at risk and they're sick and whatever because of no bus running and the bad roads, okay, since that happened, you should not have waited around 50 years. This is not a 50-year to solve a problem. Okay, you do not pay taxes. You should not pay taxes. I'm not saying you shouldn't work. Go and work, but secede. Pull away from the government of Barbados. Let them know that you fill out whatever papers. That's why I'm saying this slave syndrome goes deep, because there should be someone in that community that will know how to pull away from the main government, from the main political groups, and form their own thing. And then they can have money to buy a van, and they can have money to buy a bus, because the transport board, you can probably have one of your area people in Bath who is a mechanic repair some of the old buses, and you can use that. You don't have to use it to take you all the way downtown. You can use it to take you to the main road. It's a short trip. In terms of a bus getting on transport, it would be a short trip, but you can do it. You can do it, okay? You could have bought a van. You could have bought a car, and transport people to the main road. You should have become autonomous. You should have become self-governing. Who waits around 15 years for something to happen? Who does that? A slave DNA. You should have taken it upon yourself. If you know there's no bus route in an area that needed a bus route, you should have pulled out of the taxi. You cannot be taxed if you're not being represented. If you're not being represented, you should not be taxed. So you should have seceded. Secede. Check the word out. Check the word out. You should have seceded and form your own government and buy your own transport and buy your own whatever you need to fix the roads. Even if you can't do it professionally, at least you can buy gravel. At least you can have something. You can rent a heavy duty truck to pound it in from Williams, and coal. It could have been done. It should be done. You should not. This is embarrassing. You are in the paper in 2025 talking about you waited 50 years and your reputation is that you sat comfortably in slavery. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? After it's out there that you sat comfortably in a state that I keep telling you, you cannot enslave a human being. I say it to you. I said it to you. I'm not afraid. You cannot enslave a human being. It's impossible. It's impossible. It's a mission impossible. They tried it with Native Indian culture. That did not work. It can't work. It can't. You cannot do it to a certain set of people. And when you see that a certain set of people have been created slaves, made slaves, birthed during slavery, it's bad enough that you're a slave. That was bad enough. But you populated that stock. You brought children in to be slaves. That's not normal. You can't do that as a human being. A human being has never been known to do that. A human being becoming has never been known to do that. Even the bush people don't do that. Even the Aborigines in Australia, you can't do that. You can't do that. And they're supposed to be wild people. You cannot make them slaves. You cannot make people slaves. So if you came from slavery, you have some fixing to do. You have some fixing to do. You are in your paper in 2025, the 21st century, talking about you were waiting? You're waiting? 50 years? You wait? I don't wait 5 minutes, man. You should not even have waited 5 minutes. You make the calls. You make the call. And depending on what that other person on that end of the phone is saying, you make a decision right there and then. We're going to have to do this on our own. We're going to take our destiny into our own hands up here in Bathland, Welsh Town, St. John. We're going to have to do it. And you could have done it. You need to succeed. You need to succeed. Secede. You need to pull. You need not to pay taxes. You need not to pay. Whoever is in that area that has no bus service and the roads are bad, you should be exempt from paying taxes. Form your own small little government up there and do things yourself. Do things yourself. This nincompoop, don't listen to him. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody. Take agency. Come to your senses. Come to your senses. No one in their right mind will wait 50 years for anything to happen. You don't seem to understand what is written here. Do you understand what is written in your paper? Do you understand what is written in the pages of your paper? No one in their right mind will wait 50 years for anything to happen and then say you have been back and back and back and fuck back. And you really are are talking about that. You are saying that your knee's bad and this bad. Everything about you is bad. Everything about you should be bad because you're not using your brain. You're not using your brain. You need to succeed. That's number one. Meaning you don't pay taxes. You keep all the money, but you don't keep the money and buy clothes and buy shoes and buy junk. You keep the money and you organize in that area. In the Bathland, Welchtown area, you organize, okay? What do you need? A bus? Okay, check. What do you need? Better roads? Check. So what can the company, CEO Williams, what can they provide? Or can you hire them? Do you have enough money to hire them? Or maybe you can get someone who is living up there to work the equipment and you can pound, some rocks in and you can pack it in until you can do better. What can you do for yourselves? That's where you need to go. That's how you should be talking. Don't come into the paper and talk this crap. This is embarrassing. You should be embarrassed. You should be ashamed. Should be shame. Should be shame. Should be shame. Should be shame. 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 50 years? You know what 50 years is? Do you know what 50 years is? You should be shame. Okay? Shame. It shows your DNA. You're showing yourself. You climb all the way up in a tree. You climbed all the way up a tree. And people are seeing your ass. People are seeing your ass. Okay? No one waits a day for something that they know is not coming. No one waits a day for something that you know ain't coming. You have to take agency. You have to succeed. You pay no taxes. You in that area should not pay taxes. You should work to fix whatever needs fixing in that area. This is Sherry Veronica.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.